waiting for, all us war bosses around the world. End of October, and we finally got a proper release. Speed Freaks. Here we go. So I'm just going to rip the cellophane off this and we'll do a quick unboxing video and show you what's inside. So here we go. Let's have a look. The box is open. First, sprues. Let's have a look. So we've got the Warbiker sprue in red first. There's red and yellow of these. It's pretty much identical to the old Warbiker sprue by the looks of it. Just comparing one now. So that's the original sprue. You can see there's a lot of similarities there. Just repositioned some of it obviously to make use of the space, but what you'd expect, we've got that in red. And that'd be one bike plus a load of bikers. Then we've got the, let's have a look what you're looking for. The other couple of bikes right here. So bikers, all the weapon options. You've got the power claws. You've got the big choppers and the variety. And again, we've got the same in yellow sprues. So we start off squads of 3 for each. There we go. Some more just here. Fairly generic sprues. Look pretty good. The cast looks pretty good on them. There doesn't look to be an excessive amount of flash. I've heard that about some of them, but we'll have a look at that on the buggies as well. Let me move on to. Let's move on to the terrain next, shall we? So these would be the scrap piles. 2 sprues, looks like 3 bits on each sprue. So you can see right there, sort of 3 bits of scrap on each sprue. Just general sort of scrap piles really. Could be useful, could use some of those potentially as a sort of objectives. Maybe in a full game of 40k as opposed to Speed Freaks. The next one again looks like it's got some nice tyre sort of piles over here. That looks like one of the shock jump dragster tiles, smooth on the side and that. Bits of engine, bits of old chassis by the looks of things on there. So they're quite nice. Look forward to get those painted up. Then we've got the 2 new buggies. So here we go on the red sprue. Like this one, the wheels on this look quite nice and rugged and orky. Lots of bits on there. Let's zoom out so you can have a proper look and see what's on there. I'll try and get a better shot for you here. So you can see there's quite a few different bits on it. It's a big old sprue. Right there. Snapshot for you. And then this one I remember the name of. Cool. It's spiky. It's the shock jump dragster. So this is the F1 sort of looking car. You've got the kill saw sort of sections which will go in the sort of in the nose area over here. The tyres again, I said they're sort of slick tyres, so not sort of as orky as you'd like. I think this one, the criticism, if you listen to one of our Warhammer chat videos, myself, Neil and Pat were talking about this, and Neil raised a valid point that it probably looks a bit too clean to be orky, a bit too sort of well maintained, manufactured, that sort of thing. So I think I'm going to be finding a bit of plastic art dotted onto mine to make it look a bit more rugged and a bit more ramshackle. There's that one again, the sprue. You can see here's going to be some of the bits of the shock jump sort of engine at the back, I would think. With obviously the little sort of turbine bit, just like the shock attack gun. Little grot sort of gunners and the like as well, they're going to be involved. So looking forward to building this one. I play Bad Moons as a clan, so I'm looking forward to this being as a sort of the Bad Moon focused buggy as such. Let's move on. We've got, if I can get it out, a bit of artwork. Shows the buggies. Look at that. If I hold it just right, my thumb's not in it. You can use that as a screensaver. That's my my gift to you for the day. Looking on the other side, yeah, just the Speed Freaks logo. Again, look at that, lovely. Video intro, what do you reckon? Thumbnail? Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Next, you've got your general collection of bases. So you've got bike bases. Now they are different. There'll be another one in here somewhere, I think. I'll dig about in a bit for that. Here we go, just behind there. So bike bases, these are slightly different. If we compare them to the original bases, they were the sort of the long, skinny bases. Now you've got the oversized bases, so slightly larger. That's what GW tend to be going for now. But you know, these bikes I haven't built yet. I'll probably try and base them on these bases because there's more potential for sort of scenic sort of bases there. Looks a bit nicer, so I'll probably change them for those. And then for a first time, buggy bases. Give you a size comparison. That's a Warbiker base, buggy base, significantly larger. Haven't had bases on buggies before, so it'll be interesting to see how they look. Again, potential for lots of narrative sort of bases to really fit in with your army, make them sort of look good together there. So 2 of those and 6 for the bikes, obviously. What else have we got here? The Beast Arises, Volume 1. It looks like an extract from I Am Slaughter. It's quite good fun, that book. Audiobook's available. Have a look. What else have we got? Let's see. So this will be the game board. Not going to open it all the way up, but you can see straight off the bat there's quite a lot there. It's got a fair old weight, and it's just basically a game mat. So, I mean, again, that can be used. It's obviously designed to be used with Speed Freaks, but that can be used as a nice sort of junkyard sort of mat potentially for games of 40k or Kill Team, or you know, you can use it for whatever you want there. That'd be useful. Can't wait to get that one out and have a proper look at it there. We have got, let's get out the little gubbins. So we've got, these look like the tokens and movement sort of arcs as such. My understanding is you've got things which can be used multiple times during the game, one time during the game, and I would presume multiples of to a degree, so maybe 2 times during the game. I believe the 3 arrows are a 1 time during the game movement, so you can see how we've got 3 arrows on these. To use a big arc like these, or one of the long swooping movements, you get that once a game. And the smaller two you can probably use twice a game, I would think. And these once a game. The bits down the bottom are going to be the firing arcs. If you look at that, your base will fit snugly in there. And obviously the smaller ones to the side going to be for the bikes. So we're not going to go into rules today, but that's a rough idea of what we're looking at there. So that'll be firing arcs as in side and front, I would think. And obviously the same side and rear should be at the back of the buggy. So lots of tokens and the like there. Looks quite interesting. You can obviously, bits about reversing and turning around and all sorts, so that looks good. We've got a bag of dice. Again, initially you're looking at red team, yellow team, and then you've got a, what is that, a D8 that'll be, won't it? Yeah, a D8 diamond shaped die in there as well, or dice, whatever you want to call it there. Nice. The base out of the way. We've then got some of the these will be the vehicle data cards, all bundled up. So let's open these up. Now, this isn't all the stuff you get in the game here. You don't get the Megatrack Scrapjet, but it is one of the coming buggies. So obviously it needs rules to be playing in the game. So it will have them. You get the custom booster blaster. Sorry, put it in focus there. So that is one of the trip buggies included in the game. So you can see that's all the same stats by the looks of things as the previous ones in terms of armor, hits, melee, and driving skill. It's just the weapons that are different. So you got rivet cannon, left and right burner exhaust, stick bombs and grot blasters on that, with various different things. So re-roll one failed attack roll for this weapon and the like. You can use twin turbo once per battle. So most of you, I'm sure, are going to be picking up at least 1 copy of this game. So you won't need me to go through all the rules, and that's not what we're here for. We're just looking through. Let's have a look at the Boomdaka Snazwagon next. So I'll move my thumb so you can have a read. Hope that's in focus enough so you can read that. pause this at various points, I'm sure. My personal favourite in the way it looks once modified up to how I want it to be, the Shock Jump Dragster. It's got a custom shock rifle and rocket launcher on it, so it sounds really fun to play. Again, just give you long enough to have a look and see what you think, and pause it if you want to. This will be fun. Every good speed war is going to be wanting a Death Killer Wartrike. Again, that's for 40k as well as the full game 40k, as well as Speed Freaks, I would think. So there we go. The Rucker Truck Squig Buggy. The names are great, aren't they? That's a cool looking buggy. I can see myself wanting one of those as well. At least one of them. But we'll see what the rules come out. Codex is only around the corner, isn't it? So we're looking at that soon. Then we've got... So then we've got 3 Warbiker cards with yellow Warbikers. I'll move my thumb so you can see there. Just a standard Dakka gun on there. And there we go, obviously fire arc front. So no side fire arc, range 12, shots 4, damage 1. So you're getting an idea straight off the bat. Some of them are going to have multiple arcs there. Yeah, so burner bottles, front, left, right and rear for a different vehicle. But you get 3 for the yellow Warbikes and 3 of the red Warbikes. Exactly the same, obviously. Why you'd need multiples, not sure. But there we go, so that's the vehicle data cards. That's quite good. Then we've got the custom job cards. So we'll open these up, give you an idea of what's in here. So let's have a look. So extra grippy tyres, subtract 1 from the result of driving tests for this model. Smoke and exhaust, your opponent must reroll 1 successful attack dice for any models that are in this model's rear arc. Skip a bit through. Exploding hubcaps, once per battle. If an enemy model rams this model in its side arc, you can reroll 1 dice for that enemy model. What else have we got? Power steering. When this model is picked to move, you can rotate it up to 45 degrees around its centre before rolling the speeding dice. So that's useful. And the last one we'll look at, cranking handle. Pick one of this model's guns, add 1 to the shots characteristic for this weapon. So you've got a lot of different potential modifiers within the game there without looking at the rules properly. Couldn't go too far into it, but just a nice little stack of cards there. And then we move on to the next one. We've got the damage cards. So just here, again with Ork logo on the back, but usefully, obviously on purpose, different to these ones, so you can see which ones are what nice and easily. You don't have to look too closely at them. Let's pop these open. So we've got critical damage cards, boosters broken, so the model suffers 1 damage in addition. Place this card next to the model's data card. Results of whatever those are actually going to mean, I guess sort of electricity or explosion of some variety, being rolling speeding dice for this model. Obviously there'll be logos on the dice, won't they? What an idiot. Yeah, so modifiers to the end of the battle. Multiple there. Well, there's a standard, so we've got critical damage and damage cards. These are just damage. So that one's a crunch card, which model suffers 1 damage. You see there's multiple crunch. Is there any other name? No, they're all crunch. All the damage cards just simple crunch. The rest of them are more, what's that crunching nice? The zogging tyres burst. Steering wheels come off. Good old Ork catchphrases, to be honest. Yeah, so there's those cards. All we have left to look at, we've got, let's have a look at these. So these are gaming screens and data cards. So the idea is, so you get 2 of these, which look almost like a dashboard, and 2 of these. Now these have little folds in them, so presumably these, you would think, are likely to be your screens. Well, I think there's no coincidence they can sort of reasonably well fit together in terms of screen and what you've got, so there must be a use for those, but again, we'll look into that when we get further into the game. I'm sure we will be doing some Let's Play Speed Freaks videos on the channel shortly enough. And the last bit we have to look at, so we've got the standard assembly guide, which I don't think is going to be anything unfamiliar to you, although it feels a bit more substantial than any of the building sort of guides I've seen before. It's almost like IKEA furniture, and nobody likes that. I'm sure I'll have more fun putting these together than I will IKEA furniture, though. A few data cards at the back, looks like, yeah, just your standard sort of English, French, etc. You would suggest these are probably complete data cards, though. So, for instance, Shock Jump Dragster. I would argue that's probably going to be the full 40k data card. So, let you have a look at that. Custom booster blasters, the other buggy in the game. Again, the full malarkey. And the war bikers. If I move it back enough, you might just be able to, yeah, you can probably just get in the knob weapons at the bottom. Power level at the top, so war bikers at 4 power level. And if we go back to the buggies, so the Shock Jump Dragsters at 6, and the custom booster blasters are at 5 as a power level. So we'll see how that translates to points. So as I say, the Ork Codex is only around the corner. It's not a million miles away. And then finally, not too thick, book on how to play. So you got your general stuff at the start your engines. Looks like it's going to be a bit of lore about Vigilus and all this sort of stuff. What's in the box? So there is your rundown of what we've just looked at, all popped out of full packaging, etc. And yeah, just your general rules, fighting phase, rucks, trash their stuff, the Grand Smash. These look like deployment sort of zones and setups and all the like. The big race. This is one I think is meant to be fought with 4 people potentially. You can play with multiple sets, and there is, I believe, there's one of the scenarios in here suggests it's worth playing with 2 sets of it. So, and there's yeah, some good stuff in there. So, and the artwork at the back as well is always nice. So there we go. We'll finish with that last bit of artwork on the back. So that's what we've got then. That's the end of the unboxing video. I'm not going to bore you with too much of the information there, but yeah, all of you war bosses worth talking about are going to get yourself a copy of Speed Freaks. So yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if you want any more information or any more images, and yeah, what you think of pricing. Seems to have been a debating point. I think it's pretty good value, to be honest. I'm interested to play the game itself rather than just have the buggies. But yeah, if you like the video, subscribe, look at our other stuff on here. We do plenty of battle reports and the like. And yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you again soon.